as you all know that we wake up on a particular time, we go to sleep on a particular time, we have our lunch, dinner on a particular time. We do each and every work according to time. So time rules our lives. So there is importance of time in our life. So for this, every house has a clock, and we do each and every work according to time. So this is the picture of a clock. Can you see? There are 12 numbers on the face of the clock, and this is the hour hand of the clock, this is the minute hand of the clock, and this is the second hand of the clock. Now each number tells us the time in hours, and our hand moves from one number to another number in 60 minutes. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay. So the hour hand completes one rotation of the clock in 12 hours. So in a day it takes two rotation to complete a day. In one day hour hand takes two rotation. Okay. It completes two rotation. There are 60 markings around the face of the clock. These markings tells us the time in minutes. See, there are 60 markings, small markings, and they tells us the time in minutes and seconds. The minute hand moves from 1 minute to another minute in every 1 minute. It takes 1 minute to move from one marking to another marking, and it completes one rotation in 1 hour. This minute hand completes one rotation of the clock in 1 hour, and it takes 1 minute to move from one marking to another marking. Okay. And the second hand this is the second hand, and it completes one rotation of the clock in every 1 minute. It completes one rotation of the clock. So 60 minutes is equal to 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. In every 1 minute, this second hand completes one rotation of the clock. Okay. So remember children, 1 day is equal to 24 hours. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Now see, this is a clock, and the hour hand is at 4 o'clock and the minute hand is at 6. So what is the time now? Can you tell me? The time is 4:30, or we will write the time as 4:30 or 30 minutes past 4, or we can also write or half past 4, since it is half an hour of the whole hour. Because see, in when the minute hand goes up to 12, then it completes 1 hour, and since it is 6 is half of 12, so it is half of the hour. So half past 4, we can also write it as half past 4. Now see, this is another clock. Here the hour hand is at 10 and the minute hand is at 2. So the time is 10, or we can write it as 10 minutes past 10. Okay, this is another clock. See what is the time. The hour hand is at 9 and the minute hand is at 3. So it is, the time is 9:15 or 15 minutes past 9, or we can also write it as quarter past 9. Okay, now see this clock. Here the hour hand is at 2 and the minute hand is at 8. So the time is 2, hour hand is between 2 and 3. Okay, it's not exactly on 2, it's between 2 and 3. So we can write the time as 2:40. We will write the time as 2:40 or 40 minutes past 2, or we can also write it as 20 minutes to 3. Both the way are correct. You can also you can write it as 40 minutes past 2, or you can also write it as 20 minutes to 3. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Now, since our hour hand rotates twice a day to come in a day, 2 times in a day, so there are two, we represent the time as AM and PM. Okay, we represent the time as AM and PM. AM and PM. What is AM? The time between the time between the midnight and noon is AM, and PM the time between noon and midnight is PM. Okay, since our hand rotates twice a day, in two times in a day to complete the circle of the clock in one day. So there are two time concepts, AM and PM. You have understood? The time between from midnight to 12 noon is AM, and the time from 12 noon to midnight is PM. So let's take one example. Like you wake up in the morning, suppose it's 6:30. So what you will write? 6:30 AM or PM? You will write it as 6:30 AM. Okay. You go to school and your school starts at 8 o'clock. So it will be AM or PM? It will be 8 AM. Again, you have your dinner at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. So it will be AM or PM? It will be AM. And now you again go to, it will be PM. When you at night, when you have your dinner, it's night. It's after it's after your midday. Okay, 12 noon, after 12 noon, and it's before midnight. So the time will be 9. Suppose you are having your dinner at 9 o'clock. So it will be PM, because it is after midnight, after midday and before midnight. So the time will be PM. Again, suppose you go to bed at night 10 o'clock. So it will be 10 what? PM. So, understood? Now let's do some sums like 4 hours before 2:45 p.m. 4 hours before 2:45 p.m. What will be the time? The time will be 10:45 what? AM, because the time is before 12 noon. So it will be not PM, it will be AM. Understood? 10:45, it's before 12 noon, so it will be AM. Again, suppose we are taking 5 hours after 7:30 PM. So the time will be 12. Now 5 hours after 7:30 PM, what will be the time? It will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 12:30. So it will be AM because it's 12 midnight has crossed. So it will be 12:30 AM. Okay. Now let's take another example. 5 hours before 12:30 PM. So what will be the time? It will be 7:30 AM. It's before, so it will be 7:30 AM. Understood? Now 1 hour after 11 AM. The time will be 12 noon. Okay? I hope you have understood this. Now there is another thing in the clock, that is another time concept, that is 24-hour clock time format also, है ना? We write tell the time in 24-hour clock format also, and this is practiced usually in railway station, airports, etc. So like if in 12-hour clock time the time is 1:30 PM, in 24-hour clock the same time will be 13:30 hours. Like in 10 another example, if it's 10:45 PM, then in 24-hour clock time it will be, the time will be 22:45 hours. Like if 9 PM in 12-hour clock time, 24-hour clock time, it will be written as 21 hours. Okay. 12:10 AM in 24-hour clock, in 12-hour clock, then in 24-hour clock it will be written as 00.10 hours. Okay, because in 24-hour clock we follow just, there is no midnight, there is no 12 noon and all that. After 12 the time is 13, 14, 15, 16, not like after 12 we in 12-hour clock we again say it's 1, 2, 3, again we say 1, 2, 3, but it becomes PM. But in 24-hour clock there is no AM PM, there is only 13, 14, 12, 13, 14, like that 24 hours. So I hope you have understood 24-hour clock.